but you don't need to polish the
Look
thing.
at this.
Ray, you need to, for some reason we've decided that it's really important for us to make these tech tip videos, Ray.
Dude, those red.
Leave my soldering gun alone.
You're right, that is a gun, man. That draws current, I saw the lights go down.
Ray, it's Tech 26. Welcome everybody to Tech 26.
Thanks.
That's half a year. We've been doing this for half a year.
I think I got home about that time last night. Half a year ago.
Half a what?
Yeah. It was a 13-hour day. It seemed like I was going for a half a year. I haven't done one of them days in a long time.
Well, where were you?
Those are back in the frame days. Started out in Newtown Square on an Addams Family and a Whitewater. Then I went to Bensalem, which is in Bucks County, and then I went to Feasterville, which is in Bucks County.
Bucks County. Are there any pinball shops in Bucks County?
Yeah, that's 2 miles from one. 3 miles maybe.
Is that a pinball shop? They're not a pinball shop.
What you call
I don't
it?
even think they do pinball anymore.
Their videos. I'm sending them all video.
They're Captain Video.
Yep, anybody calls, go down there for videos.
Yeah, well, they're just going to turn them away. Offer to buy them for $5.
You can get that at an auction for $5. All
Yeah.
that stuff they're doing down there. $150 working, same thing they do.
Yeah.
Only they put the PowerTech power supply in.
Big
wow.
deal.
That's
Yeah, did I tell you Jamie got 3 trailerfuls full of video games at an auction at $5 a piece?
well, that's his supplier, man.
It is.
It's cool.
I don't care.
No, that's cool. It's business. It's fine. It's not the way to continue forward, though, man. I used to like to do videos. I still have a lot of parts and such, but that industry isn't supported anymore. It's sort of like restoring us.
Citroen.
No, it's worse. Studebaker or something. Or what was that other car with the third headlight? What was that other car with
A third headlight?
Yeah, it had a headlight in the center, and when you turned the steering wheel, the headlight moved with it.
I don't know.
What the hell
about
was that called? I forget. Anyway, it's a lost...
Tucker?
Yeah.
Well, that's worth restoring. That's worth money. Did I get that right?
Yeah, and there's like 2 people left alive.
Well, they only
know
built
what
like
it
10
is.
of them or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and who the hell wants it?
Tucker.
I would walk across.
What business did I have getting that one right?
Dude, I don't know, man. But yeah, that's...
See, you didn't know I was a car guy, did you?
Yeah, you are, yeah. See, I can't pull anything
That
over on you.
that was, you know, that was a 3 or 4 point question. That was not an easy one.
No, it wasn't.
And I'm not, you know, I'm not old enough, you know, if I was your age that...
Yeah, you might have remembered more of it, but that's before me. I mean, my interest in cars is 60s stuff, really, late 60s. And mid 60s is okay, but you get back into the early, no.
You know, these are pinball tech tips, and we always end up talking about cars for some reason.
Yeah, but you know, that's kind of neat. You know, it's something with horsepower. That's what I like.
You like horsepower?
Yeah, 1,000's good. Anything under that is it's just
Passenger car.
That's just transportation. You need 1,000. Any way you want to get it.
Well, you know, with this snow, I dug out the backup to the backup to the backup vehicle.
I like that.
And that thing can't even get out of its own way.
That don't matter.
I think it's got about 3 horsepower.
I like that truck.
So this is pretty much happy holidays to everybody, because I don't think we're posting again till after Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. So this will be our last post before Christmas. So happy holidays, everybody. Wishing everybody well, and everybody should have a pinball machine under the tree.
Mike, you don't have a tree. You don't like trees. Hey, do you have an artificial one? Did you get
No.
No. Mike has this thing against trees.
What? I do?
Yeah, dead tree and making fun of that lady. Isn't it so nice? Look at this one's nice.
Well, come on now.
What'd you say?
Well,
they're all dead.
Well, you know, I feel some sort of way about that. You know, they got these people out there selling these Christmas trees that they cut.
$50.
Yeah, they're $50 and up. They're already dead.
Yeah, when you cut a tree, you do kill it.
You know, and people are out there lining up to buy that, which will be worth zero. I don't get it. It's worth nothing. at least a pinball machine out there. You know, you buy that Corvette, next Christmas it's worth more.
Yeah.
But whatever about that. What are you doing?
I want to start cleaning. That is the dirtiest thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
God.
I did the coin door. The coin door's done.
Yeah.
I promised this would be done by Friday, and today is Wednesday.
This here?
Yeah.
Did you call him yet?
No, definitely
He's
not.
busy. You know how it still would be nice between us to get it done, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, take a break from that. We got show and tell over here. Here's I'll bring you up to speed on what I've done, and maybe we can use the footage from yesterday to show the back side of that.
From what I understand, you just sort of unbolt things off of it, except down there at the flippers, and then you just move it all over.
Well, here's my game plan. What I've done so far, Ray, is we tied the wiring harness here on this pole, so that it'll still be there, and we'll slide the other playfield in there. And everything's going to be in relatively the right position, relatively.
Yeah, because the shape of the wire will stay where it goes. Sure.
So what I've done so far is I've gone along and I've unplugged everything that's unpluggable. I found that there are two. These go to flashers here, Ray. This one, there's one there, and there's one over here.
Well, yeah.
That go to flashers.
You can tell because of wire color
and
size of wire.
And I can't fit the flasher socket through that.
No.
What I would like to do is I want to cut those and have you install a connector there. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
That's simple enough to do, and that makes it more serviceable in the future again.
It's only 2 locations, right?
That's all. I only found 2. There may be more as I go along, but I only found 2. Now there are different strategies here that you can use. Dealer's choice again, whether you want to cut the wires to all the coils or unbolt all the coils. I was initially leaning towards cutting them all, but then I looked at them and they all look like they're soldered on pretty well. They're not all frayed and frazzled and all that stuff.
So you won't gain anything.
So I kind of changed. Now there aren't a lot of them, so it's still a coin flip. I think I am going to actually unbolt all of the coils rather than cut them, because I want to take them apart anyway and put new sleeves in them and clean it. So
it's what I would do.
6 of one, half dozen
I guess
of the other.
if a lot of the solder connections are in bad shape, it might as well cut them. You got to redo them anyway.
Right, but I looked them over and they all look like they're pretty good. So I think I'm going to unbolt there. I am going to do what you said as far as cut off the flipper assemblies, only because they need everything. So you're going to do them on the bench anyway, and they are going to get new coils and get resoldered. So that's my plan there, Ray.
Okay, well, since the GI's done, then you can leave all that on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I'll cut is I'll cut the feeds to the GI.
Yeah, the main feeds, which I guess come in here.
Okay, there's one.
And then there's a green one. That's it. There's just 2.
Wherever the other one is, it shouldn't be too hard to find.
Well, since you took pictures of this, you'll refer to some of those? Maybe?
No, I did not take pictures of that, Ray, and I will not refer to it, because guess what I've got over here? I've got what's left of most of the reference there in the third scrapper playfield.
Okay, well then this will serve as more than...
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, when I go to put the harness back on, I'll set this next to it, and I'll be flying. It's going to go fast.
I got to go over to Nick's in a week or so.
Yeah, I know.
What a no good gophers that don't work.
And it's something else.
Yeah, I don't know what the something else is. All right.
So that's my plan.
How about that? Okay.
There, thanks for explaining my plan. That's my plan. And as far as filming goes, I guess I'm just going to
So each time you do this, you build on to a little different type of thing to do.
Well, you know,
More
you
efficient.
try something like this GI situation of not goofing with that wire braid and then not being able to change bulbs later. And
anybody is going to have a different way of doing this, and they'll argue with better and worse things to do. But when you're trying to duplicate a factory process, it's a learning thing. You've got to do a bunch of them.
Dude, what happened? Speaking of learning things, what happened to your forehead, man? You are busted up.
Yeah, that's that Whitewater.
Oh, was that on the bill? Did you put that on the bill? Busted head open? What's that
I
cost?
left my skin on it. Nah, it's all like all game rooms. It's trying to like work in between that bench and the wall there. It's just stuff's jammed and you can't move it because you'll take you a half hour to move the stuff out of the way and you got to put it back. So you try to work where you're at, and this is what you get. It's a hazard of whatever. But what I was going to say is these factory builds like this, if you look, I went through the Jersey Jack facility.
Right.
Because that's the only one I've actually been to physically to see. And he duplicated, he hired people from Nameco and some other places that used to assemble machines. He hired people, and what they have is workstations. This goes down a work line, whether it hangs in midair or on a conveyor.
They don't work on the floor?
No. And what happens is each guy does a part.
Right.
So what you're trying to do is everybody's part.
job, sure.
That's a lot. I don't care how you do it or what physical location you're doing it, whether it's at floor level or this level, it's still a lot of work, and there's still a lot of procedures to do, and there's no right or wrong step. I guess the more you do, the more you figure out what works best. So that's just a learning thing. And hobby guys are never going to do enough of these to get any good. How many have you done of this?
Oh, I don't know.
4, 5, 6?
Yeah, probably 6.
Yeah, well, when you get up into 60, well, you won't want to get up into
When I get up into 60, yeah, I'm not going to make it, right?
See, the best part is when you do more and more, it's easier.
Well, you learn things like this GI trick.
Now that there is giving you a big head start. Now you don't have to worry too much about doing that before putting everything else on, because once you put everything else on, this is harder to do.
Yes, it is.
So now you can just have at it, and it's a little different, maybe.
Yeah, and learning things
I'd like to do a little more of it, if you don't mind, because I've only helped with intermediate steps. I've never done.
I'll let you watch. I'll let you do the next one.
Really?
Yeah. Right now, I need that gun game done.
There was going to be a next.
But I also need
What is the next
one? The next one is Jimmy's Playboy.
Oh yeah, well that's easy though, Mike. That's a '78 machine. This is 10 years
but you know what? The playfield swap portion of it, everybody knows how to tear. Well, not everybody, but your general hobbyist knows how to tear down a top side and put a top side back together.
Right, okay, I agree.
Because you do that to properly clean your machine. If you care about your machine, you know how to do a top side. It's this bottom side that
all the workings,
and even on that old machine, a lot of what's underneath there, now there isn't as much of it, but it's very, very similar.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, here's what I've learned, and this is not going to be for a hobbyist either, but maybe it is the benefit of having a scrap playfield. That's gonna that cuts our time in this job by 25%.
Yeah, if somebody's going to do this kind of thing with their machine, I'd advise them to get a scrap playfield from somewhere at a show.
Yeah, and then you have
And
it
then
around.
you're done
and you
with
have
it.
and you have it around for spare parts.
And the value of it is the machine you're doing, depending on who or what has been done to it, might have a lot of incorrect hardware. That is all of it's there.
Invaluable.
And hardware cleans up. There's no sense to replace all the screws. It does pay to use old hardware over. If you really want to get nuts, you could tumble it if you want to polish it.
Sure.
I mean, but to replace hardware, there's probably 200 or 300 screws and nuts on that, at least. So if you've got a percentage of those wrong, by the time you run around to try to find it, and of course people won't put back what should be.
Oh yeah.
These people used hex head screws because it's easier to install. There's less slippage even compared to a Phillips, which is better than a straight slot. You won't find straight slots on modern equipment.
Unfortunately, you will.
OSHA.
That's all they stock over up the street at Southampton. Is straight slots.
Yeah.
And deck screws.
OSHA got away from that in this industry sometime in the 70s. It was a transition because it was unsafe. Same thing with office equipment. People were getting hurt working on stuff.
And then the suppliers had a sale on straight slots, and the guy up in Southampton bought them all. And deck screws. There was a sale on deck screws.
He's all ready for this stuff because this stuff is all straight slots mostly. sold stuff.
So yeah, that's a tip. It's not an easy tip to find
Maybe
a
he
spare
doesn't know
playfield
any
if you think.
better.
No, he's crazy. But that's invaluable. This trick over here of working on the floor array, which I know you hate it.
No, it's
But-
fine.
but-
I do it at home. I do
but-
it whenever I need to. I bought one of these too.
But
Jimmy.
the benefit of hanging that harness where it is.
Isn't that where we got them from, Jimmy?
Yeah, we got them from Jimmy. Jimmy's out Christmas shopping today.
Yeah, I got to start on that. But yeah,
But don't give me anything because I didn't get anybody anything.
Don't get you. I'm gonna get you a shop computer. For
You get
here.
we can carry one down from upstairs. Don't spend money
They're
on
dead. That's why they're up there.
that. No, I got one up there that
I'm gonna
works.
throw all that out.
I got one up there that works. It's my old
Really?
one. Yeah, I got a good one up there.
Why did we get rid of it?
Well, because
Slow.
it needs cleared out. It's overloaded. But
Okay, well then.
yeah. Yeah, how about get me nothing? Get me this gun game done.
All right. Well, I got my calls done this morning, and
So anyway, I'm probably going to just park the camera here as I tear that apart, and we can run it in semi-high speed, and maybe overdub something. We'll overdub us arguing about something. I got plenty of that from yesterday.
we didn't argue about it.
It's all junk. It's all crap. Who'd we get that from? Oh, Joe.
Chick. Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
He said something different than that, but
It's all fucking junk.
that's it. He said it's all fucking junk. Emphasis on fucking. That's how you gotta know how to say it. Yeah, it's all fucking junk. He used to say that years ago.
He
Too.
was a good tech though, wasn't
Yeah, he was.
he? Well, he still is, but
He-
he's retired.
Yeah, he knew how to do this stuff, and I learned stuff off of him. But anyway, that's how you would start on this, I guess. I mean, I would do what you're doing.
Yes, you would.
I would unbolt these though. I wouldn't cut these.
Okay. Well, like I said,
Some of these.
I thought about it, but I am going to unbolt them.
I mean, even if you cut them, if you leave a sample. See, you wouldn't want to cut this before the color indicator. You'd want to go
Right.
here.
Yeah.
You
and-
got to watch because some of this stuff doesn't
Ain't
have
long
much to
enough.
give anymore. You can free up extra lengths though by getting, like if you had this too short, you could cut this and then come back off here, and it would be.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessary in this point. I'm just going to unbolt them.
But if you ever need to, it doesn't hurt anything. The factory did these wire ties just as a matter of keeping things neat. They didn't do it because it really did, and it didn't serve any purpose. So cutting one off doesn't mean you have to have it put back. You can cut them. They just did it for wire control because the thing would be like a
Yeah. Spaghetti monster.
yeah. There it is. There it is. Did you ever try to get in it and try to get something out of it? It fights you. It's almost like it's alive. It's nice to keep wire colors consistent too. If you're going to cut a piece off, and if you're going to shrink sleeve it and put it back, I sort of like. That's why I did that.
Yeah.
I dug in there to get those.
Yeah, I saw that you went with original
I was
wire
doing it, I
color.
was
Yeah.
in there anyway. Might as well try to match the wires. It doesn't really matter. I mean, anybody that's going to service it that did it, if you did it, you know what it is.
Yeah.
If you sell it, it's a little harder to figure out because you've got to trace back the origin to find out what it is if the colors are weird.
But we had it, so do it.
These manufacturers color code all their wiring, by the way. It's
Okay.
almost consistent from old to new. Even in the EM days, they started color coding functions. You know, like your lamp wires are going to be your red and yellows. And your solenoids are going to be your purple and browns. And the diameter of the wire is going to be different. You know, these things are 20 gauge. Your larger wire for some of your power coils are going to be 18. You know, so you can tell.
Okay. While you're on
It's what?
while you're on that subject, let's talk about the stupidity of pinball electronics.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Well, there's a couple things that are peculiar about coin-op electronics. And
Why?
I asked an electrician, one of my customers the other day is an electrician, Bill Tater. He's the guy I fixed the for the medieval down in
Okay.
Ben Salem.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, all of his life and his training through technical schools was servicing industrial controls.
Okay.
Buildings, sort of like an upper end of what John did, only high-end electrical stuff, three-phase, stuff like that. But he got into the control, electronic control units that do air conditioning and security systems. And his hobby in this is, he's got 2 or 3 machines. His interest in it is he likes it as a small device and it's fun. But his comment about this stuff was, these are negative controlled electronic devices.
Which is the backwards of
He said
99% of what's out
yeah,
there.
he said industrial controls and an understanding of basic electronics and electrical systems, it's always a positive controlled environment. This is the opposite.
This operates by supplying ground to a device.
Correct.
And that causes it to fire.
The problem with that is,
there's ground all over the place.
yeah, here. So if you're working on a device and you're doing this, you're going to get shocked because this coil has the other end of the
It's
voltage.
looking for
If
ground.
you put a meter here and a meter here with this thing on, you've got your 30 volts or whatever it is, 50. In this case, it's 50 volts for coils, so you will get shocked.
Yeah.
That's the dangerous part of a negative ground device. If it was a positive ground device, you wouldn't get shocked because this is not you're not going to complete a circuit.
Not hot, right?
I don't understand why they got away with that.
Well, that's not what I was. I expected you to bring that up.
Wire size differences.
That's what I was going
This
for.
is another thing. Why would you put an 18 gauge on one end, which doesn't generally break off? Now this is a dual feed, but some of them are single. This is an 18 gauge. But the other end is 20. And on some of your newer games, they even went to 22.
Light gauge.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense.
No.
At all.
Why would you have a DISA-like conductor going on here? That's like a car battery having a big 1/0 cable on the positive end
And
then a 10 gauge on the ground. Why would you do that? It shares this. That's like the wiring going through your building. It's the same wire.
See, it's same on both sides, but
That's
why
right.
would one be lighter than
And
the other?
the ground is unshielded, but it's the same size. Why is that? I want to know why that is. Why they do that? Because when you're out on a service call, it's annoying because these little wires are the ones that always fall off. Because these bang around and this wire shakes. These very seldom fall off. It's always is because it's smaller. There's less conductors. That's really disturbing. But I don't know why they did that either. So there's a lot of
Funky stuff.
Yeah, they should have kept the wire keep the wire on both sides the same. That would make sense. I have no idea why that is. I don't really know. I don't have a thought. It don't affect the operation of the device because there's plenty of power there. But why would you do that? They wouldn't tend to break off if they didn't do that. But it's consistent from the last machine made from the early to last. Pinball 2000 is the same thing. Wires are thin on one end, they break off.
Didn't learn anything.
No. But even these early now, the only ones that aren't that way are the EM machines. They're the same. Their wires are the same everywhere.
Did Gottlieb do the same thing?
On pinballs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I would say No, I guess not, Mike. You're right. Gottlieb didn't.
Well, here's another changeover machine because I see cloth and vinyl again.
Yeah.
This is that countdown.
But on your wiring for just your subcoils
Same
here,
gauge.
Yeah. Same gauge. I didn't notice on the System 3s, I can't really remember.
Boy, they've got funky with wire colors for sure. You use all that candy stripes
But
wire.
you're right, now Gottlieb looks like they stayed consistent there. Yeah, that's interesting. I never really thought about that. I know that I see these 10 to 1 over this.
Yeah.
So I know what that is over and over and over. But That'd be a good game plan.
Well, okay. What I'm going to do, Ray,
Get out the drill driver and just start.
it's already sitting there. I'll put the camera on that, and I can speed up the footage because I don't think anybody wants to watch that in real time. And
The only thing I would say about screws on play fields, and this is true on any play field, down where the shooter lane is and the ball comes out into the shooter lane, screws around that area are very special. They're short. If you put long screws in there, they'll come through the shooter lane.
Okay.
Especially right there. See that coil? This coil right here. I guess that's a shooter lane eject coil.
Right.
These 4 screws right here, and probably these 3, since they're on both sides of the V, if you take them out, you're going to find they're way shorter. You can't put a regular, any other length screw down here. It'll come right through the V.
Well, you're getting pretty far ahead of me now.
Well, the only thing I'm saying is, most of your hardware everywhere else, you can put in a pile. These screws are the same length. They're all 3/8, I think, or half, 3/8, I guess, 5/8, I don't know. But these are short. These are just about a little over a 1/4 inch maybe. And I learned that by mixing them up, and they came through.
Yeah, learn by making a mistake at some point.
Yeah, and it's not a high noticeable area. It's not a high, because it's beveled anyway, and the wood is rough there anyway. You can actually blend it over. But there are some other places on
Yeah,
some
please
machines.
don't put a screw through the top of your play field.
Yeah, yeah, and you
If I
got
had $1 for every time I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's too late once you do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's gone. Yeah. So if you're putting a new play field together, you gotta pay attention to fastener size.
I'm not going to make that. Don't get in a hurry, and pay attention to what you're doing
If you're using a drill
there.
driver, you're gonna
It'll be
do
over
it quickly.
quick.
Yeah.
All right, Ray. That's all I got for that section, other than showing it. The next step after that, we'll I don't know. We'll reevaluate at that point. You're going to give me some audio to put over this speeded up section of me taking that all apart. So, tell me, what movie did you watch last night? Because I'm sure it was something bad.
What movie did I watch? I didn't watch any one particular. I flipped around. Which one did I see more than another? Forced Vengeance.
Forced Vengeance. That sounds awful.
It was. It was a Chuck Norris movie, though. I like him.
I saw it too.
Yeah, okay.
I was watching that last night too.
I watched a good bit.
Wasn't it like it was really bad, and he was young. It was like it was in the early '80s or something.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching that. It was horrible.
Yeah, that was what I was watching. Yeah. He was against the Chinese mob or something.
Yeah, I highly don't recommend whatever that was. It was terrible.
Forced Vengeance.
Okay, email time.
God, he looks so young back in the movies.
You ready for email time, Ray?
Yeah.
Some of these are going to sound like yesterday, and I need you to be, I don't know, we need to do a better job of it. You remember Kevin? He hung out with us that one day.
Yeah.
You got the Elvira playfield from Jimmy and all that stuff. Okay, Kevin. I would love to see a pic of Ray standing next to his Gremlin, circa 1976, as an intro to Tech Tips. Keep up the great vids, guys, and please let Ray pick the intro music next time. So I need a pic of your Gremlin.
It was a 71 Gremlin. 232 6-cylinder, 3-speed Borg-Warner transmission.
Well, what would it do in a quarter mile?
It wouldn't make a quarter mile. You
It wouldn't go a quarter mile.
No, you'd blow it up. No. It was a transportation car.
Was it green?
No, it's red. Yeah, it was red with a white, they call it a hockey puck.
You got a picture of it?
Thick stripe. I don't know. I might. Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
I need that. Please let Ray pick the intro music next time. That ain't happening. We have a new follower. His name's, well, relatively new, but he's really active. His name is Random Rob. and he does some reviews on different things, and seems like a really sharp guy. And he's been commenting, and we appreciate that. Love the banner, better than cable TV. Said something else here too. Some people grind cable TV shows, watch 20 episodes of Lost or whatever. I'm watching these guys. Shop Talk is the shit. He didn't say Shop Talk was shit. He said it was the shit. How do you feel about that?
That's neat.
So thank you, Random Rob. Pin Biohazard, PBH. Nice hearing about your past with pinball machines. Remember we were talking about our influential pinball machines, and you said roller coaster, and I forgot what the other. Probably Xenon.
Yeah.
And Atari Superman that your buddy broke the front end off of or something.
Superman, yeah, he did.
All right, listen to this. I guess the first pinball machine I played a few times was Judge Dredd. Our condolences.
You know what? Mike never tilted machines, but when he got mad, he just
broke the front ends off.
Yeah, he would pull this out and just stand on it. Just go like.
Well, that didn't show on film because the camera's over there.
Yeah.
Well, here, do that again.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Here's what he would. He would jump. He would put his weight on it, and it would bend. They bend.
Yeah.
Only the Superman didn't bend.
It just broke the front end of
the it all came out on the floor, and it was a brand new game. It was just put there. I said, Mike, what do you have to?
Anyway, Pin Biohazard. He's a cool dude. He's overseas somewhere.
Anyway, Kevin, you were saying what?
No, we're done with Kevin. Kevin's been quiet. Kevin, where are you at, man? Scale Dirt Slinger.
You gave him off the day.
Yeah, Kevin's got the day off.
I forgot.
Yeah. Man, I wish you guys... this is Scale Dirt Slinger. Not sure what... Scale Dirt Slinger? Scale Dirt Slinger. I wonder what that stands for. That sounds like a model car guy to me. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe?
One of them RC dirt cars.
Could be.
Like I told you, that was a serious thing that guy had up there.
Scale Dirt... Well, maybe... Scale Dirt Slinger, explain yourself. Man, I wish you guys were closer to me in Kentucky. I've had a couple of chances to pick up some cheap pins to restore, but I don't trust myself doing it. I would much rather have someone like you, y'all, to put your magic into it. Thanks for the comment, but no thanks for the work. No more work, Ray. We're cutting it off. No more shop work ever.
He's just saying that.
You, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another new subscriber, fairly new, Joe of Toyota Boy Joe. Glad to see you are doing more episodes lately. Really love Ray's extensive knowledge. I have a Space Shuttle CPR playfield that's been sitting in my basement for 2+ years, and watching videos like yours makes me want to dive into it.
Wow, okay.
Once you finish yours, so I know what I'm doing. I like Space Shuttle. I'm okay with Space Shuttle, Ray. I like that pin.
Yeah, they were really all wore out.
Yeah, beat. Bless you.
Yeah, they were a played game.
Other people have said you should be selling these videos. Seems like you mostly do them just because you like sharing the knowledge and show that your repairs, restorations are more thorough. Maybe at the very least you can add a PayPal donation button on your website. I'm sure many of your viewers wouldn't mind throwing some coins your way now and then to show our appreciation of all the hard work you put into these videos. Thank you, Joe. Wow, Ray. I'm not going to compile a DVD of our videos. It's not going to happen. Frankly, most of them I don't even have the files anymore. Once I uploaded them, I deleted them. They're our property, but they're in YouTube land now. I can download them, but can you imagine me trying to put together a DVD of those, Ray? I'd have to watch them all again. I'd have to re-edit them all again. To do that would be 500 hours, and how many DVDs would we sell? 10?
I don't know.
It'd be 500 hours for like $100, which is typical for what goes on around here. But that's not going to happen.
Well, this started out as I don't know how it started.
Yeah, well,
Why
you know.
did Heatherly started.
Why do we do this? Yes, Bill Heatherly started this. How did you know that?
Because you told me.
Did I mention that to you?
Yeah, you said I like what he's doing to sell. He's photographing the machine playing, and that's how it all started.
Yes. 2, 3, I guess probably 3, whenever, I don't know, look back to whenever our first video was.
It was a long while ago.
And shortly before that, I saw one of Bill Heatherly's eBay ads. It had to be an eBay ad. Had to be.
Yeah, it was.
And he had video cameras similar to what we're using here, and he was walking around the machine showing his workmanship. And so that's when we jumped into this. And initially, it was just no dialogue whatsoever. It was just a film of the machine, and it's grown into what you see us doing now, and it's still evolving. Now we're up to, I can run 3 cameras and sync them together at the same time. And then I don't know how we got into doing these tech tips and all that.
I don't know. I forget.
But the reason why we do it, Ray, oh wow, you know, I'm waiting for that to really uncover itself. We do it because there's well, we still do the pin vids to go with our eBay ads. But we don't always do our machines. You know, we did several of Newhart's machines when we were up there, Jimmy's machines. You know, if we find something odd, because we're trying to support the following and the support that we're receiving from others in way of emails like that. You know, we're trying to give you what you asked for, even though realistically we're not getting paid for it, Ray. Our ads are monetized. The totality of our 220 or 210 videos, whatever, they're paying us 50 or 60 bucks a month total for all of it. But as long as we see interest in it and increasing interest in it, we're gonna try to continue to do this. Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find out where the interest level is. We're learning as we go along how to do things better, and we appreciate your comments and suggestions as far as that goes. But as far as the financial support goes, we're not out to beg for money for this. We are in business to make money. So if you want to send us some, we are not going to complain. We'll put the money to good use one way or the other, Ray. One thing's for sure, we'll spend it pretty fast. So, there is not going to be DVDs for sale. I cannot put a donate to button on our YouTube, because that is specifically for nonprofits, which we are not.
Right, okay.
I did put in the About section of our channel page, which is also your email address, is our PayPal address. So if you want to send us a gift via PayPal, you know how to do it from our PayPal address, which is there. Also in the description section of all of our videos is our address. You know, back in the day, Ray, people used to write, what are those things? They write on paper, and they write a number over here, and they pay to the order of something or other, and you sign your name on it or whatever.
Yeah, checks.
A check! You have to be pretty old to know what one of those.
Do you do checks anymore?
No.
No? Obviously not, because
What would I do with it? What would I use a check for?
I don't know. I do online bill pay. I write some checks, but not a lot.
But check this out. If someone has like one of them old relics laying around, a check, they can write pay to the order of GameroomCollectibles or Wide Area Repair, or one and the same, and they can put over there, you know, $5, and you know, that'll buy us. I don't know, $5 doesn't buy much, but hey, you go to the bank regularly, we'll put that in and we'll smile and we'll thank you on camera for it. So you can drop that into the mail. Our address is there. We would appreciate that. Ray, we take credit cards over the phone. What credit cards did we take?
All of them.
Every single one of them.
Yep, I have a mobile card machine in my truck, and then we got a stationary one here.
Our phone numbers are in the description sections of all of our videos, I think. If they're not, you can find them easy enough. Call us. Say, hey Ray, I really appreciated your tech tip. Can you run my credit card for $8? And you'll say, thank you, sure. No?
Yeah.
You'll say that's too much of a pain in the ass to run for $8?
No. That's neat though. Yeah.
So we can do that. Really, if you know, there are other ways that we would appreciate you supporting us as well, which would be sharing our videos with your friends. Even so much as our videos are monetized, which amounts to, I don't know, YouTube at this point is paying us $70 a month for the totality of our 200 and some videos. Based on not views, but views of our what do they call that? Our sponsors.
You got to be coming up with 300 by now.
Our sponsors.
Right.
Now a moment. What did they used to do on TV? And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, now a word.
So you know, if you see an ad before one of our videos or this video, and you don't mind watching 30 seconds of it instead of clicking the skip this ad, when you click skip this ad, we get paid nothing. When you watch the 30-second ad, we get paid, I don't know, a nickel. So you can support us there by just, you know, watching an ad or clicking on an ad. We won't mind. That's what I got on that. With a thank you to all the people who have suggested this and tried to express gratitude in what we're trying to do here, Ray. That makes me happy.
Yeah, it's appreciated.
We got 2 minutes left to film here, so speed round of emails. Pinball Reviewer, PBR, my man PBR. I wonder if there were ever any tubes in pinball machines. Any in the pre-war pins, or were they always done with relays and stuff?
Yeah, some pre-war machines did have tubes, very seldom though. Yeah.
What did they do?
They used a tube to fire a coil.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Neat.
You didn't usually see that. And see, the pre-war pinball machines have different manufacturers. I mean, you're getting back so far that, believe it or not, Rockola Manufacturing made a pre-war pin. A couple of them.
Yeah, I was going to say I've encountered some of them.
Yeah, and then you know you're getting back into the days where Keeney, Genco, and some of these other old names. There's a couple other old ones I can't think of, but they had a different way of doing things. And yeah, there was a few machines that used tubes. There was one. What was it called? You've seen it down at Mark's. It was called Roll the Dice or something. Remember that little pre-war pin where it tumbled the dice?
No. Hold that thought.
It had dice in the back box as animation.
Neat.